If you want, I can make it a show one more time. So at home, normally, usually we have spoons. Every homes they have. So we have a pot.
Chef, do you have a favorite kind of honey you like to work with? I know we've just experienced a couple different types of honey on this world cruise in the different ports. Any that you really, really like working with?
As having an experience in the Grand Barrel voyage, we come to the Pickering Island. It's really one of the purest honey in the world, and that's we have it. And soya sauce, whenever you are doing, it depends on your preference. You can be having a more or less because it's contain already salt. So you don't need to add the salt in the salmon. Okay, so try to source in a low sodium soy.
So as Chef shared, the dish will be in the dining room in the Lido Market tonight. Unfortunately, because this is not a commercial kitchen, we don't have samples for today, but hang on because tonight you don't need a sample, you get the full thing later today. So we will be looking forward to that. With that, I do want to share, if you are ever looking to know the menus for the different restaurants, whether it is the dining room or Pinnacle Grill, on your stateroom television, you can actually find the menus posted there, which is quite helpful to guide you to where you want to go. They're also in the Navigator app, and those are just posted for that day, so for the dining room. However, if you did want to go, think, oh, I want to go to the dining room in 3 days, you can always ask the maitre d' one of the hosts at the desk and say, hey, can I have the menu for Thursday? It might change slightly as the culinary team does a chef meeting every day to make sure we're all set with the ingredients, but you can get those menus in advance if you need. So go ahead, Chef, take it away.
So we already have 2 pot of honey, 2 pot of soy, and 1 pot of sriracha, and half spoon of garlic. It's already haven't dilute. To reduce the consistency, to have a more firm, just I add a half spoon of oil. Then we need to have the recipe I have mentioned 1-inch cubes. It depends on at home. If you want to have bigger pieces, much better. So I will prefer 2-inch because while they have small pieces, the marination will be observed and quick as possible. And also, if you have a thick piece, the marinade cannot be going inside. So I'll go for with the skin on, skin off. It's your preference. I will mention this one why we need to make a skin on. The skin on having naturally protected the meat not to get dry. That's the reason we leave the skin on. While cooking, the skin on is always prevent not to get dry. So cook the fish on the skin side first. So more longer, then you turn around, then it's perfectly cooked. Allow them for 3 minutes. So it means depends on the size of the fish, depends on the thickness of the fish, the timing will be different. Whenever you're cooking the fresh fish or any fish, please remember, the fish is dead. You don't need to kill again. It is. So in that case, you need to have believe in the thermometer. The chefs always have a thermometer. Any fresh fish, 127. It's a very important, 127 degree Fahrenheit. Allow them to rest for 60 seconds. Carry on cooking in progress. By the time reaching your table or at home, it's a perfectly juicy, very nice salmon or any kind of fresh fish. Any flat fish, don't go deeply too dry. In the kitchen, 2 stations I am focused on very important. One is the fresh fish, another one is the pasta. The people having a skill who holding the spatula doesn't mean he is a good fish cook. The fish cook having a good-hearted person and also is a very pasta, also skilled person. These 2 is a very important to handling in the kitchen. So my focus is choosing the right people in the right place. That's the important key to giving the right product to our guests on board. Okay. First thing we put already, then I folded the marinations.
Chef, how many galleys are on board? There's the main galley, but is everything on board prepared just there?
We have 4 kitchens. One is